It's just an advice. And if the president sees the Senate advice as a good one, then we'll have to, the Senate proposed in that communication, in the report today, that if the president accepts it, then there must be a bill that will be legislated to legislate the TJC. And when you do that, there will be mandate, there will be time frame and whatsoever. So there's just a recommendation to the Senate, to the president.
There are other lawmakers who see this as delay for the establishment of the World and Economic Council. You're talking about establishing another commission.
So if you have another way that is shorter and better that will serve justice, then provide the argument. That's why we have 3 weeks argument. We have 3 weeks argument. All lawmakers have a time to make your view. If you have a better way out, you should have proposed that to the Senate, and then maybe we all see reason to follow you. But if you don't have a way out and people are providing way, we can be talking this thing as a political thing every day, walk. Let's start doing something. I think this is the beginning, and we think we are in support of the War Council. People who committed mayhem to our people here in this country must face justice. It must start from somewhere, and I think we are beginning now. Instead of all the talking and making noise and talking the radio and nobody giving ideas to how we start, I think there is the beginning, and we can pick up from here and see how justice can be given to Somalia.
Senator Koung need to advise the president.
So they don't say no need to advise the president. Is he saying the president living on an island where nobody talk to the president? We run a government. Every action that will be taken will be a government action. If we don't manage this state well, if anything happens wrong, on the contrary, it affects us as a government. A government was a cooperation. We are the board of directors in the company. And so if we are the board of directors, then the executive must consult, and that's why laws are originated here, and we prepare them and send them to the president for signature.
So, part of the report or the recommendations or the advice, whatever you call it, to the president is that you requested him to apologize or to say sorry to the country?
The president is the leader of the state. And so if things went wrong, there have been delay in the TRC all these 12 years and whatsoever, the leadership must own up to it, because we should have been doing some of these things. And so the leadership must own up to it. Who speak on who the spokesperson on behalf of the government?
Will you be apologizing on those who committed the crimes, so who names are in the report? Is it enough for those who were injured?
No. The recommendation says they must establish the TJC. The TJC the TJC should be comprised of professional people with legal minds, people from all sides. It shouldn't be a partisan thing. I think it will not be in the interest of the country. If we are serious as a people, it should be people with open minds that are coming together and to look at all of the contradictions, some of the laws, the constitution, the cross-cutting issues, look at them and let's find a clear path. You remember during the debate, some of us said, look, we invited, what's his name? He's a human rights guy, I forgot his name, who normally talks these things. I think according to him, they are arresting people already in Hassan Belete. And my question to Hassan Belete was, look, Hassan, is it possible to use the TRC report to prosecute people? He said to me, no. This is one of the men calling for justice. He said to me, no. In the TRC report, there are mistakes. They shouldn't have named people. They were responsible to bring people together on the table, to have people confront one another and say, look, I did something to you wrong. And if TRC sat there and said, somebody said they killed 250 persons, and TRC say you free. Who are you to free somebody who killed 250 persons? You have the authority? You don't have the authority. So if anybody confess to killing 250 persons, the law must take its course. So you can be free some people and be telling some people. So that's why the TJC should be people of open minds, professional people that will come together, come up with a clear-cut decision as to how we proceed with the war council or whatsoever the Liberian people want.
So it simply means Liberians will not get a feedback when it comes to the establishment of the war council in the short term?
No. This communication, after today, if the Senate send it to the president between now to Monday or this evening or whatsoever, we expect that the president will respond in the soonest possible time, because these are things he's been asking for, to see how the other side of the government is thinking. So based on that, he will have his own thinking. We hope that he will communicate that as soon as possible. The war crime code is a must. If that's what the Liberian people want, it should be a must. Justice is a must. How we achieve justice, whether a true war crime code, whether a true other means, we the Liberian people have to decide that. It's a must. It's not a rush. Unless people got political honor too and you want to rush it for your own political interest, then I'm not with you. But if it is to do it the right way, so that people who commit harm against our people will pay for their sins, I'm in full compliance with it and support it. And that's why we must work together as a government to achieve it.
Senator, I'm still confused about it. That
things happen bad in this country. To tell people, say, look, my people, there was delay in the thing. We are sorry for all the delay. We are getting ready now. We're trying to pick up now. We'll make sure these things are done. And some of these things can be done. And that can, when it comes from the president, it's heavier than for anyhow, because the president is the head of the government. And so those are some of the recommendations. Again, the president may not accept all. The president could take some. Maybe the president have a different thinking than what we're sending to him. We don't even know whether the president will accept. So let's see what the president says about it, because if you ask me for an advice and I give it to you, you who ask for the advice have your own thinking and the way you want to do things. So let's see whether the president accepts it in whole or he accepts it in part, and what the way forward, what his thinking is, and what the other people at the House of Representatives thinking, and then we all can come together as a government. What matters is we need to stop doing the talking, and start working. I asked Hassan Belebe, if you are arresting people already, what stops you from arresting people here? And he said the RCC do not have jurisdiction here. Now, if because of the wrong statute, the RCC cannot act here now, then means we must do something about it. Then look at the Sierra Leonean model. Then look at the South African model. Then look at other models around here. And one thing one of the witnesses said was, you need to act according to the will of the people. And when you said that, then again, I'm asking a question, and some of you were there. If you were not there, maybe you will be recalling that. Look, in Nimba, 48% of the people said they didn't want anything the war crime code or whatsoever at the time. 3% said they wanted it. Now, is it that the variable has changed? Is it that 48% or 50 or 60, 75% wants it now? So let's see, the voices we are hearing, is it 2-3% making noise or calling for this thing, or is it the country speaking? We need to verify all of these things. And not because we all got access to media, we can call press conference. You know how many persons cannot call press conference and express themselves? So we need to listen to all of them. And that's why we need the TJC to do all of this work, so that it saves all of us before somebody think that we try to wish hunt people and whatever. You know our country now. Some people even do wrong, people try to prosecute them. They say, oh, that wish hunt. So the country is so complicated that people have their own thinking. If you do wrong and because you're my man, you're not wrong and I'm wrong. If the other man do wrong and the man I'm a man, then he wrong and wrong. That's the kind of country we find ourselves. So let's see how we do it the right way, so that we proceed rightly, so that justice is served and people know that what they did was wrong and they can pay for it. So that it serves as a deterrent for those of us who are young people coming up, so that we don't follow the kind of path again. I don't care how much we get angry in this country, we shouldn't go that way.
Yeah, Senator, my name is Aaron. I report for Fabric. There was issues started last night they don't want the issue about procedure as it relates to the way the vote was taken, yay and nay. Is there any, reaction to that? Did the senator sign a particular document to endorse this thing, or it was just based on the yay and nay vote that was done?
Obviously. Okay, so this is what happened. When the committee went to the floor, a motion was taken so that leadership takes seize of the matter and advance plenary. So leadership takes seize of the matter. Leadership advanced plenary. There was a motion that plenary will constitute itself into a committee of whole. It means no more committee when hear this matter. The plenary is the committee. And that's why all the hearing we had was in plenary. And so plenary constitutes itself into a committee. After every committee hearing, public hearing or whatsoever, there must be a report. That report must be signed by majority member of the committee. That's legislative politics. And thank God we come with some of the ideas. I'm not a new person. I spent 9 years in the House of Representatives. So if it was Committee X, maybe with 7 members, a 4 sign, then the report hit the floor. Since plenary is a committee of whole, and plenary constitutes 30%, we don't have 2 senators now, we are 28, but that whole is 30. Out of 30, 16 makes majority. The report we passed today, majority, super majority member of the Senate signed.
Like how many persons?
So you have the document, you have copy of the document. I don't want to tell you what the number is now, but I'm telling you, a super majority. But the document is not secret. And so another thing is the presiding determining the way of the vote. The presiding can determine a yea, a hair count, hand off, signature. In this case, the committee report must constitute majority of the members of the committee. And fortunately for all, it is plenary that it is the committee. So if plenary is the committee, the majority member of plenary must sign before the committee, the report comes on the floor.
And how so?
That's legislative politics.
Yes, Senator, quickly a follow-up. If that is so, wasn't other senators approached to sign this document? Because
everyone was approached. Some of our colleagues said they wanted time. Some of them just came to country. They needed time to have some understanding. But again, the Senate will not wait. I have the right to go lobby on my constituency behalf today. I have the right to go on honeymoon if I want to. I have the right to go lobby and do anything I want to do. But the Senate will not wait. Even the pro tem, the Senate cannot wait. The vice president of the Senate will not wait. In the legislature, we are equals. You are only fair among equal when you become a presiding. It doesn't make you the boss. So we cannot wait for you. The Senate will not wait for anybody. Once the Senate will constitute a quorum and majority members are there, we proceed with business regardless of who went to lobby, honeymoon, or whatever reason you went out for. The Senate will not wait. Okay.
Yeah. How are you? My name is James Gude Flomo. I report for Spoon FM and Spoon TV. With these recommendations, or with the recommendations coming from the Liberian Senate to the President, we see a cloud that the possibility of a war and economic crimes court coming to Liberia is very slim.
You see.
What you think would be the reaction of Liberians out there if this is not implemented? Because others believe that this is a political motive or a political action taken by majority of the senators on Capitol Hill, because 2023 is very closer. You want to be dancing around this matter until we go to elections, and after all, then you can push for.
Also, you first said we. Who are you and who?
Chief, I'm asking you. If you can choose
so when
to
you
answer.
say we, then sometimes it confuses me because then you become
Chief,
a party.
You can jump or you answer.
Okay, thank you. So let me say this. The first thing I just got elected, I'm not going to election 2023. So I got nothing in 2023. I'm elected according to the tenure, I got 9 years. So everything I do here is about my conscience and what I was elected to do, and do it with a free mind, with no motive. I have said over and over again, if the war crime code issue become political, they are not a part of it. And I can say to you that this matter has been political, so much so, that's why we have not achieved any result. Today make it almost 15 years. Because I can tell you for a fact, when the people who are yelling now were in authority, the people who are in authority now, when they want to think casket and yelling that they want a war crime code, when the tide turn, so it appears as though when people are in authority, then they don't see the reason why we should have war crime code. But when they go into opposition, then they come to realize that. So who knows whether after 2023, if other people get elected, they will not say again, no, we don't need war crime code. Some of the people who are calling, they are on tape telling you that war crime code were not important for our country. Senior leaders of this country, people who are preparing themselves to become president, they said that. Those records are there. People will think the way they want to think. The documents are clear. Read them. We think this is not political. We've been talking for 15 years on the radio and calling press conference. There's a need for action. Some of the people who committed these crimes are dying. We want to wait for everybody to die after 30 years before we keep talking on the radio. So let's start now. We have proposed a way forward. That's why we're open. Most of the people who've been talking about these things, we wrote them. People from America and all were written. Some of the political leaders, almost all of the political leaders in this country were written to us. If you can't come physically, send us your opinion as to what you think. Some of them refused to do so. And you had the opportunity, so you could have brought in our mind.